I just got off a call with some of the girls who are in my membership. We had an amazing conversation as usual, and some of the topics that we discussed were owning your power, how to find really meaningful friendships that call you into your greatness, the process of building a brand on social media, and how powerful our mind is in reframing the obstacles that we encounter when we are stepping into something that we're currently not. It's a very painful process. For me, the word of the year was expansion, and I was just contemplating how I didn't really fully understand that speaking the word expansion over my year was synonymous with speaking the word very uncomfortable, because expanding is never a comfortable experience. And our brains are not wired for success. They're wired for comfort. So if I wanted to have a really successful, expansive year, it was going to be full of discomfort. Luckily, I have been practicing tolerating discomfort on many levels for many years, so I feel absolutely prepared to have taken on what this year demanded and required of me. And it's also really exciting because when I encounter something really uncomfortable, I know that I'm growing and I know how to handle it, whereas before I would have taken it as a sign that maybe I shouldn't do it. But it's actually exactly the opposite. So one of the first things that you really need when you are building your own brand on social media, which is the way that women get to work from home, where you can work from anywhere in the world, where you can create real wealth from yourself softly. You absolutely cannot force and control your way into success when it comes to a personal brand on social media, because there are aspects that you cannot control. Yes, you can have the best strategies, the best structure. You could do everything by the book and still not succeed. You have to stand for something. You have to be genuinely, authentically yourself, and that will shine through. The trends and the gimmicks will only get you so far, and the brands that actually last are truly rooted in genuine authenticity, a desire to help, a desire to create in the world. And if you're not generating something that's actually needed, maybe it'll last for a little while, maybe you'll amass a lot of followers, but you won't actually create a real system that you find meaningful and that will sustain you the rest of your life. And that's what we're after here. We're after soulmate frequency, not meaning a person, meaning the energy of a fully aligned soul, so that you have your soul business, you have your soul animals, you have your soul mate, you have your soul friends, you have family, whether chosen or your actual family that loves on you. You allow your standards to rise and you hold them no matter how painful it is to let go of what you thought you wanted and sit here with empty hands while you wait for what you know you actually deserve. This is a very difficult process to do. But if you're a woman and you know that I'm not here to work a 9 to 5, are you kidding me? I want every single woman on this earth to be unemployable. And you couldn't even imagine going into an office and sitting at a desk or doing anything that you're not meant to do. No, it should be so repulsive to you, because you know that you can be fully yourself, be paid to exist, be living in full alignment. You have the structure, the strategy, the business, and you also have the vision. And you're attracting amazing opportunities, amazing friends, because you're really who you are online. So all the people who need you and all the people who love you can find you. How are they going to find you if you don't show up? So the first thing that you have to do is show up. You need to be able to post who you are. This is one of the hardest things that people actually have to learn, is really how to consistently put yourself out there online. And, I was even in line at CVS the other day and I heard someone say how much they hate social media and how they hate posting and all this stuff. It's really on you. It's you not, one, showing up. I doubt that person is literally consistently posting day in and day out. And even if they are, you need space in your life to get downloads as well. If you're constantly on your phone, you're constantly busy, or if you're in survival mode all the time, you're not going to be able to actually hear what kinds of things you want to post. So if you're like, I don't know what to post, in every single solution, there's both a masculine answer and a feminine answer, right? The masculine answer may be, maybe do some market research, go and search other people and see what they're doing. Make sure you have your content pillars, right? There's the strategy piece, but then there's also the piece of like, maybe you need to actually create open space and not be on your phone every single time you experience a moment of boredom, so that you can have creative ideas. Maybe you need to focus on regulating your nervous system through breath work or EFT tapping or therapy or whatever modality you choose, so that You don't have cortisol running through your body at all times. Maybe you need to work on your sleep schedule. Maybe you need to work out. Maybe you need to actually feed yourself a nutritious meal, because mastering the mind, mastering your creativity, mastering your output requires mastery of the body. So that is a very important part in actually building a personal brand and being successful in this life is really mastery. So mastering the body is just a great place to start because it's a really tangible result, right? Like you go to the gym this many times a week, you make sure that you're eating your food, you're drinking your water, you're getting sleep. And that's not an easy thing to do. That almost took me 10 years, honestly, to master my body. And I'm still optimizing, but I feel like I actually have like a good handle on that. And all of those skills are transferable when it comes to building a personal brand online. You absolutely need to focus on showing up. When there is a artist who is releasing a song, I'm in music, so I'm very familiar with this. You take a clip from your single that you're about to put out and you push that single. You post so many times, right? You're constantly posting your single and you're prepping people in order to actually hear the whole thing. So however many weeks before, you're creating content, you're posting. You're literally kind of shoving it down people's throats to where it's stuck in their head, whether they like it or not. And if they don't like it, they can unfollow you or they can mute you. But the people who are really your true fans are going to get it. They understand, right? Yes, you have a single, you need to post it. You can't just be like Justin Bieber and be like, I'm coming out with an album tomorrow, because he's a super famous celebrity. So obviously he doesn't have to do that. But if you're an independent artist, you need to be posting your single and showing up unafraid and having this attitude of you're welcome. You're welcome because you're about to be blessed by the song that I'm about to release. And when you're posting your content, approaching it with that energy of you are blessed. You are blessed to hear what I have to say, and I'm going to show up. Even if it feels inauthentic at the beginning, right? You don't feel like you're the God's greatest blessing on earth because you haven't mastered content yet. Just keep that in your mind. My voice is worth being heard, and I'm going to show up unapologetically because I'm closing the gap between where I am now and where I'm going to be. There's a future version of me who knows that every piece of content I drop is going to touch someone's life. It's going to help someone in some way or inspire them in some way. And the offers that I have that are paid offers aren't there to get people's money. No, it's to elevate the collective consciousness because I have gone through suffering and have synthesized it in a way that can collapse time for other people. So it is a gift to be able to work with me, to be able to be in my presence. And you need to show up with this attitude of not in a cocky way of you're welcome. Post every piece of content like God told you to do it. Show up in your divine energy because really we are just conduits of the divine. So it really needs to not be so much about you and making things perfect, right? It's about the people that you need to impact, the people that you're serving, and just finding really all of your different soulmates, all the people who are really going to love you for who you are and your energy. And everybody else, honestly, off, you know? You have to show what you can do. There were times at the beginning of my content creation journey where I was like begging. I was like, oh, I want to, grow. And I wasn't even posting, and I knew I felt the cognitive dissonance of like, oh, I want to get to 100,000 subscribers, but I wasn't even posting because I was already defeating myself before I was even doing it. And then I would have the courage to post one time and it wouldn't blow up. And I'd be like, see, I'm not supposed to do it. It's like, no, that's not how it works. You got to put in the reps over and over and over again. And if you can just show up and continue to iterate over and over and over again, the people who have a bias for action and just put as much in as possible honestly get there faster. If you're not like that, that's totally fine. But just know that it's a reps game. And I recently heard this quote that broke people trust their fear and they doubt their vision. Rich people trust their vision and they doubt their fear. And nothing has ever been more true. If you believe your doubts, you believe your fears, you believe that voice, that's a broke mindset. You have to train yourself not to not experience fear, but to respond to it appropriately and be like, is that really the truth? Because it doesn't seem to be the truth for all of these other people, so why would it be the truth for me? Whatever you believe is what will happen. Whatever you decide to be your reality is what will be your reality. I was talking to one of the girls and she was saying that she was going on this hike with all of these really successful people. And we were talking about it and it's like, okay, did God put all of those incredibly successful people in your life to put you in a new vibration and show you what's for you and what's meant for you? Or are all those people in your life and now you're comparing yourself to them and you don't feel like you're really at their same level or you don't have the accolades that they have and now you're not motivated or inspired to create on your own, even though they probably had to go through that same process themselves. If we think about success as baking a cake, and there's different cakes, right? There's chocolate cakes, strawberry cakes, whatever, and everybody puts their own spin on it. But at the basis of it, it's eggs, flour, butter, sugar. And then there are obviously, you can switch out leaveners for different leavens. You can do a vegan cake, right? There's lots of different ways that you can make it your own. When you have the ingredients, you do have to actually bake the cake though. And you might have to try it over and over and over again until you find your recipe. But if you never bake the cake, or if you stop at the batter, or if you stop at the point where you put the cakes in the tin and then you put them in the oven and they come out and they're burnt, do you stop? Or do you keep going? I love this idea in Kabbalah. They don't call it Satan, but they call it Satan. And Satan is different from this little like red devil going around trying to tempt you. But Satan is the opponent. And if we don't have an opponent, we can't win, right? If you're playing a game of ping pong with somebody and you're just literally hitting the ball to the other side, but they don't hit it back, there's nothing to win. There is no game, right? So God gives us Satan, which is a good thing, right? It's our opponent. It's the person who will challenge us, who will volley the ball back and see what we do. When we miss, what do? Do we stop? Do we take the ping pong paddle and put it on the table and then walk away and say, I guess this isn't meant for me? Or do we keep going? Do we keep hitting it back? Do we say, no, this is what the game of life is to get good at ping pong. Just because I missed 1 or 2 or 20 or 25 or 100 doesn't mean that I'm not good. It just means that I need to keep going and that I'm training. I'm in preparation mode. So many people resist preparation. So many people resist the marination process, right? They're like, I know I'm supposed to be fall off the bone meat. Yeah. So you got to be marinating for a while. You got to do the work. You have to prepare. God will never put you in a position where you're not prepared, and yet you're asking for the blessings but resisting the preparation. And whatever you want to do, say you want to be a speaker, or you want to write a book, or you want to be a musician, or you're a therapist, you want more clients, literally posting online is the perfect training ground. It's not just a place where girls show their outfits and their makeup routines, right? Now you can use social media to literally emancipate another woman. There are women who I follow on social media who I have been freed. They have allowed me to dream bigger than I ever thought possible. The amount of money that I think that I can make now is astronomical. And I know by tapping into the creator community and tapping into my own gifts and tapping into the power of the divine will allow me to do that if I continue on. If I give up, it won't happen. But I've seen what God has done for others, and I've seen what strategy along with vision can do. And I believe that I can do the same. It's not even believe, I know I can do the same. And my mindset has been truly shifted and changed because of the people that I watched on YouTube, because of the people on Instagram, because of the TikToks that I watch. I've literally trained my algorithm to speak life into me, not just to entertain me, but to show me what's possible in this life. And building a brand, building a business, having ownership, especially for women, that is a very key part of what it means to live a free life, right? You have all of the money to be generous, to be kind, to do what you need to do to take care of yourself, to take care of your family. That's really where it's at. The creator economy for women is how you live that soft life. It's not outsourcing that to a man so a man can take care of you. It's being able to create something that is truly your own that can never be taken from you because you built it yourself. And it's also a very meaningful thing, right? If you're feeling down or you're feeling confused or you're feeling lost, taking action will actually make you feel a lot better. And there will always be resistance. Oh, I don't want to do it, right? Anytime we're being called into something bigger or greater, you're not going to want to do it. You're not going to want to do it because you're going to want to stay comfortable. And then when you do it, you're like, oh, that's not good enough. Oh, like the lighting's bad. Like, oh, I sound stupid. Like I sound cringe. Yeah, that's how it is. Like that's how it is. And then you post it anyway. You do it anyway because you know that when you actually create, it gets better and it gets better. Really, the answer is to not figure it out in your mind. It's to do it and to be seen. And yes, it is embarrassing and it's embracing it. It's embracing that it's going to be a season of embarrassment until it's not. And if you're unrelenting in your self-belief, you're unrelenting in your action, it will come to fruition. That's what manifestation is. It's not just sitting in your room and visualizing. I visualize constantly. I'm basically never not visualizing. And also it needs to be paired with action. You have to act. You have to turn the faucet on so that the water of abundance can flow. How are you going to get 100,000 subscribers when you don't post? You have to post. So take this as your sign to take those initial steps to building your personal brand so you can have your dream life. period. If showing up online interests you and you really want to start doing it and you really want to create something really meaningful, but you really don't know where to start, you can book a call with me. The link is in the description. The whole goal of my channel is to free women and to help them live literally an incredibly rich life in every way possible. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'd love to meet you. As always, thank you for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye.